And we're back.
We're back.
Oh, we're on level 5.
So, Jesus, did you see insert thing that happened?
Oh, yes. I did see insert thing.
Yes, this is an organic segue into what we want to talk about. Oh man, we're like the writers of Arrow over here.
Oh man, the best show ever
Organic!
made.
But Oliver.
Alright, so what story did you want to bring?
Stop talking about dumb shit posts that like 10 people are gonna understand. So, for those of you who know of the website Cracked, or alternatively, if you're much older than that, and you know of the shitty Mad Magazine ripoff Cracked Magazine, you might know who Luke McKinney is. Maybe your opinions are split, but I think it's pretty generally understood that he's kind of just a massive, massive cock. He's just
not the good kind.
No, he's the worst. He's just a fucking doughy man baby. Anyway, before I let my rampant hatred get the better of me. So he put out an article today, I want to say, that we're recording this. It was originally...
Insert date.
Yeah. You put it on the screen.
In big, bold, yellow
in
text.
Like different fonts.
Oh, okay. Per letter?
Per letter. Or maybe not. I don't know. Do what you feel.
Okay.
He put out an article that, it's got like 4 different titles, and you might see a different one, because Cracked has a weird thing where they go through like an RNG title thing for different regions of the country, and it bases what the final title is off of how many clicks. In theory, I think it's kind of a cool thing that they're doing, but whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Right.
So the article, we're gonna not talk about the title because it's like 4 titles, whatever. It's basically just one of those things where he's just calling out like video games on being sexist, which at first sounds like it's a good thing, and you know, they can be sexist. There's a lot of issues, I'm not going to deny that. We've all played or heard of Dead or Alive Extreme.
It's the best franchise ever made. I don't know what you think.
I mean, the first one was a good volleyball game.
Yeah. Was that the one we played at your house?
No, we played
time?
Rumble Roses.
Oh, the wrestling
which
game.
Which might get a one-off here at some point, because I need to show the world Rumble Roses.
Alright. I'll share a story after what he says.
Yeah. But anyway, really, it's just one of those things where he's like, I hate to use the term SJW these days, but I feel like there's a lot of people who kind of detracted from its meaning, and a lot of other people who kind of react to hearing that word as, oh, so you're just a sexist asshole. I'd like to stress that I'm not, even though you're probably
really
not going to believe me.
You really, or neither of us are really are.
Well, no.
Yeah.
As far as I know.
As most of our friends really.
Like a woman dungeon somewhere that I don't know about.
Allegedly.
A sexnasium.
It's not like it's in California or anything.
Anyway, like, you know, it's one of those things where he just distorts a lot of facts to make his point. Like, just kind of deliberately attacks the people making the games. It's really awful to read. It makes me sad. Just for writing as a whole. So I'm building up to something here. I want you guys to know that. I'm building up to, there's an entry in it that I think is going to make Jesus just shit his pants. It's, but here's some samples so you know what you're dealing with. He calls Final Fantasy 15, by the way, a game that's not out yet. A game that's not out yet and that we know not that much about. He calls it sexist for not having any women in the main party, despite the fact that it's been stated it's a game about a group of guys. It's just like a dude road trip movie. You know?
Which looks pretty hype.
Yeah.
From the trailers
that game looks amazing.
Yeah.
And like the tie-in movie that's coming out looks great.
Oh,
too.
there is?
Oh yeah, no, I'll show you the trailer when we're done.
Alright.
But like he takes half a quote from the creator that is explaining why he decided to go in this direction. Apart from he's the creator and he can go whatever direction he wants. He's not like nothing is entitled to you. You fucking pussy. But I mean it. I hate using that word.
I mean, it's not like
I hate the word pussy, but he is a pussy. Oh.
Fucking got him.
So the quote that he like butchers, by the way, it's not a full quote. It's taken out of context from like a full interview, and it's part of like a paragraph that the guy says. Is speaking honestly, an all-male party feels almost more approachable for players. Even the presence of one female in the group will change their behavior so that they'll act differently. So to give the most natural feeling, to make them feel sincere and honest, having them all the same gender made sense in that way. And that's pretty much the basis of every, like, like male bonding road trip movie ever, or female one, because there's a shitload of those too. There's one starring Britney Spears. And it's fucking awful, but like, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
I need to stop getting sidetracked here.
We can both say that around us group of friends, usually it's just like 5, 6 guys hanging out. We all are.
If a single woman enters that space, we are different.
We are pretty much, we hold back.
Well,
to an extent. So,
one or two of us, whoever's closest to the girl, really.
Yeah.
I stopped. Like I stopped whenever I'm in a relationship, basically. Like I'm dating a girl, so I don't. Like, you know, I don't give a shit at this point. Because I don't have to pretend. I've already tricked someone. It's too late for them. The rest of
They're in too deep.
The rest of you get to know. But that's a common thing, and I think a lot of guys will agree with me. I think a lot of girls will agree with me. Like, you just act different around different people to begin with.
Yeah, and I'd say usually, like, when you hang out with people of the opposite gender, you usually have different interests from.
Absolutely.
So, like, I usually can't talk to my girlfriends, as in, like, about video games.
I was a little confused about that sentence for a second.
Usually they don't really care for or play video games, so I usually, don't bring it up, and that's, I'd say, a huge chunk of, what I'm interested in.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we're fucking uploading videos of us playing Zelda.
Oh, so go on.
Yeah, he calls out chivalry for being sexist, for not having any female characters, despite the fact that that's historically accurate.
Accurate or inaccurate?
I can click over to the next page. I have it open on my phone right now because I want to read the entry that I have in mind to Jesus on the air. So you get his live, fresh reaction to the ripping off of that band-aid. But basically, just from memory, there's one of them's about Bioshock, and he, like, completely mischaracterizes everything in the game. Like, he said, there's a sentence in it that is literally Big Daddy's chasing little sisters. And that's, yeah. You can't see the look he just gave me in the room, but, like, it's one of utter disgust. Because if you've ever even seen a trailer for Bioshock, you know that's not how it works. And then he calls it sexist for Elizabeth not being the main character in Infinite, which is not the point. Just because she's not playable, she's not the main character, first of all. Whatever.
Yeah,
I could go on for, like, 4 hours about Bioshock Infinite, because it's one of those things that I really love. But basically, you guys get the point now. So here we go. Here's the big one. It's the 5th entry, or, well, it's the 2nd, but, countdown list. It's the 2nd entry on the list. It's about Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes. The title of the entry is Nintendo are helpless before their own bullshit. Are you ready, Jesus?
No.
Are you ready, all 8 to 10 of you who are watching this right now?
No.
Okay. So, I'm just gonna read the opening paragraph to you, and I want you to tell me what emotions it makes you feel.
Anything but happiness.
Triforce Heroes is a 3-player co-op game, so more than any other game, you'd think they'd have character choice only to help tell players apart. But all 3 players have to be the same guy in different colors. No different oh wait, sorry, I mispronounced that sentence. No different colors of clothes. Of course he's going to be white. Wow, that is an eye roll right there. That was like fucking circumference of the globe. I'm not done. I'm not done.
This hurts my soul. This hurts your soul too. I know it does. But...
he gives a quote from the developer, Mr. Hiromasa Shikata, which
nice pronunciation.
He calls it the most bullshit excuse in history, which I think is a stretch because there's that time Hitler took over Poland and basically said, fuck it. So, the quote from Mr. Shikata was, the story calls for this sort of legend prophecy where the heroes will come together to help solve a problem, and that they're male characters, so because this game is set with that as its story background, you can't choose a gender, you're a male character. Also of note, Link is literally split into 3 different people.
Yeah, and
they're not
previous
3 different
games.
Links. Yeah, and 4 Swords happened, so...
2 different times, and in both, if you've ever read the story behind them, they actually have different personalities. Like, yeah, they don't act all the same.
They're aspects of Link.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not his argument.
Okay.
That's not his argument. It's not that they're all the same character, so much as it's they're all white men. and he thinks that's inexcusable for some reason.
That was literally terrifying.
Yeah, no, I saw that shit.
Gonna reset that room. Go on.
Okay.
I'm so triggered right now.
What do I got? Here's his immediate first sentence after the quote. Is so in the game that they wrote, there's a story that they wrote featuring a prophecy that they goddamn wrote saying that you gotta have balls. Alright. So we don't fucking die.
I mean, the electric balls don't hurt you, but
The bubbles.
the bubbles.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Go on.
So first things first, he's just blatantly misinterpreting the game and the quote right there. Like, and you know he's going out of his way to do it, especially if you've read any of his other work from before he went full White Knight whack job. Because he's a smart dude. He's written some really interesting science articles. Some comic book stuff that's okay, and a lot more that's not. Regardless. Ignoring the fact that he is just completely twisting this to his benefit. They can do whatever the fuck they want with their story. They could have made Link a tap-dancing frog that hails Hitler and has no arms. Like, that's... They have the liberty to do that. I'm not saying they should. But they can do that. You're not entitled to whatever you want from them.
This reminds me of that argument where it's like, Sheik is a guy because of blah 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 blah. But then Nintendo themselves confirmed Sheik was a girl because it was Zelda all along.
Was this the one that was saying, like, Zelda Ocarina of Time is actually progressive because Zelda's a trans woman?
Something like that, but like...
It was one of those things where they're reaching for, like, something that is
very
there.
far that isn't there at all. But
okay.
The point was, like, if Nintendo confirmed it as Sheik is a guy, it'd be like, okay. But they confirmed it as a woman, so I'm like, okay. Or, yeah.
It wouldn't be the first... More importantly, there's already a trans character in Nintendo, and that's Birdo. That's confirmed.
Yeah,
that's been confirmed since the GameCube era.
Especially in the Japanese.
There you go, folks.
Like,
Mario Kart Double Dash.
In Crash Bandicoot Tag Team Racing.
Oh, yeah.
For the GameCube, PlayStation 2, Xbox.
That whole era.
Birdo was made like a special appearance in the Japanese version, but it was a thing like you're a male, or like it was making like a transgender joke, not in a bad way, you know, but it was that whole kind of thing of the transgender thing out. That's confirmed. Yeah. You know what I mean. Yeah.
No, I think that's great. I think that's great. Like, you're gonna have a transgender or like an LGBTQ. That's the full acronym now, right? LGBTQ.
Is that new?
I don't
follow
not new at all. It's been like
it.
a year or two. I'm just.
Oh, really?
Ever since Colbert left the Colbert Report, I kind of stopped watching news.
Right.
Basically, I just get it from Reddit occasionally.
Okay.
But yeah, he goes on to say, despite digitizing sextuple testicles, they still didn't have the balls to say because we said so. That's basically what they said. But okay, Luke, I'll give you that one. I'll give you a point. This is the quote still. Instead, they sock puppeted their own prophetic fanfiction inside another fantasy to say that women are inferior.
But they never stated that.
No.
They never stated that women are bad.
But because they didn't put a female character front and center, of course they did.
I feel like...
Who's Zelda? I've never heard of him.
Who is Sheik? Who is Impa?
Who's fucking... I forgot her name. The one from Hyrule Warriors with the crossbows.
I don't know. Who's Midna? Who the fuck is Midna?
Midna's fucking hype.
Yeah.
I love Midna.
Both adult and not adult form, or whatever her real form is called, or you know what I mean.
Here's another one. In Zelda games, characters can turn into wolves, but they can't turn into women.
What does that even mean?
I just...
What?
I just want you guys to know, if the 15 minutes of us ranting about this article isn't good for you, it's great for me, because the facial expressions right now are amazing. I'm watching a man break right now. This one's my favorite. A series so sexist, even its own damsel dressed up as an androgynous stranger just to escape and kick some ass. So Sheik only exists because Zelda wanted to escape patriarchy, is now what he's telling me.
That's not why.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever read also the Ocarina of Time manga, which is also canon?
I've read all the manga.
Yeah. like in that version of the story, she was technically under a spell.
Yeah.
Well, I'll finish this story in the
Yeah.
episode. She was under a spell where it was like from Impa that you will remain. You will only think as Sheik. You will think you are a guy and some other shit. And, you know, and this is to protect yourself, and you know, for you to live on.
Right.
Stuff like, you know, along those lines.
Yeah.
I'm just.
Can we just, before we go, I just want to read the first comment on the article. This is verbatim. This was someone's immediate response to this bullshit. Are you ready? I stopped reading after you insulted a Legend of Zelda game for using its main character as the main character. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Da 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 da. Da 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 da.